Hi there, Ashley Reeve here again. Welcome to another quick trade video. This video is in connection with our economic calendar. We'd like to see the forecast ahead, what's to be expected, and then we're going to look at some of the trade ideas or signals, or at least some securities to track. But before we get started, please note, Quick Trade is a licensed financial service provider, as well as a licensed over-the-counter derivatives provider. Myself, a registered representative working under supervision that authorizes me to offer some advice, some recommendations, but remember, risk and reward, and ultimately the execution of your trade still remains your responsibility. So as I mentioned, I am back to give you an update, just to give you a weekly snippet on what we do provide to our clients on a weekly basis. Every Monday, you'll receive our snippet for your trading week ahead. You'll see on the 8th of August there, that's the date. Today, we have our economic calendar ahead. Last week, we had the NFP, the non-farm payrolls, better than expected results, giving us a stronger dollar. And Wall Street ended mostly low on Friday, after better than expected July jobs data renewed the fears that the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates again. Remember, this has been an ongoing process for the past 2 to 3 months, obviously factored in already last year with a stronger dollar looking, to rise even a little bit more. And so then with this strength in the dollar, we saw 3 of the most popular indices tied, which is the S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones US 30. They closed lower. You'll see there the US 30 Dow Jones declined by 0.1%, the S&P 500 by 0.4%, and the NASDAQ at 2.2% respectively. What's important for the week ahead, expect a bit of volatility. We got the CPI, the PPI, the unit labor costs, and then obviously there's going to be a close watch on the Feds for the consumer sentiment, which encompasses consumer inflation expectations. Once again, should the inflation then move up, we will have, those hikes coming in again of that interest rate. And then that obviously then just concludes that the focus now shifts to the inflation data that's due this week, with an annual consumer price expected to jump by 8.7% in July. That's the expectation, after a 9.1 rise in the month before that, which was June. Meanwhile, please note that there's also a Q2 earnings that is coming out for certain companies like your Disney, your Coinbase, your Upstart, your Tyson Foods. This is on the agenda for the week. But remember, these Q2 earnings now, a majority of the major players had already released their earnings. So we are winding down on those Q2 earnings. And then obviously from a trade idea perspective, we would like you to track these specific figures that we've mentioned. Please do your own analysis. We do provide them as an idea, but it's not to be seen as advice to say you need any of these guaranteed that you get in. We prefer that our clients are competent and can apply that competency practically. So please note these levels, do your analysis, and then decide whether you agree or disagree with what we have provided. Lastly here, after you've looked at the commodities and the indices that we mentioned, look at your, your FX as well. It's at a monthly pivot level. And so you want to try and draw those levels in, or at least to insert them first before you make a decision. Check your risk and reward ratios. Make sure it is in alignment with your balance as well as your position sizing. And then I'll be back again on Thursday to give you an update on what has happened in the week. This is Ashley Reeve signing out.